This is the view from my house. This is what I see every morning. It's not what I'm going to see when they finish working there. I'm going to have power lines running across that view. I bought the house just before they decided to do all this. If I had known this is what they were going to do, I wouldn't have bought the house there. Now, I have a degree in electronics. I know what electromagnetic fields are going to be doing. I know what oil-filled transformers are like. I know the power that this thing is going to generate. They tell you that, oh, it's oil-filled, or it's it's not environmentally safe. You're going to generate a huge amount of heat that's going to change the chemical structure of the oil. If it spills, it's not going to be the same oil that they put in the day they put it in. It's going to change. And nobody's going to tell you it's different. I wouldn't want to live there. None of these people that are going to build this thing would want to live there if they built it. This is not going to be a safe place. It's going to catch fire. They've caught fire before. And nobody talks about, oh, it's safe. This is not a safe environment. The wiring that these coils are wrapped in, what are they wrapped in? When I studied electronics, they were wrapped in lacquer. I don't know what they wrap them in today. Teflon, I believe. All this stuff, when they get hot, can burn, and the fumes are not environmentally safe. I don't know what it's going to be like if something happens. Is the town ready to, we have an EMS system, is the town ready to respond to this if it catches fire? I don't know what you're going to do about it. It's not going to be a pretty sight if something happens there. That's all I can say.
Thank you for your comments. Anyone else? Does Orange and Rockland have anything else they would like to say for the record?
Are you planning to close this hearing?
Yes, I am. So, someone back in the audience would like to speak.
Hello, board members. Donna Allen from Cheechump Road, 138. Since the last meeting, I was here for the last meeting, I did an online petition, and I also did a printed petition. I have a total of 292 signatures. Granted, they're not all from Goshen, but they are generally from the immediate area. And we're just asking that the board say no. 292 signatures. I'll leave this for you.
If you could give that to the clerk, and we'll put that as part of the record.
Do that now? Or?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Ma'am?
You have a copy, please?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Nancy Wiggins. I did speak last meeting, but I did come up with another question.
Your address, please.
32 Olins Road.
Thank you.
My house is right there on that map, pretty close to where they want to build it. Too close for my comfort. I'd like to know what the alternative choices were before they submitted this to this place. You know, why did they choose this place over their alternatives?
That will come out, I mean, I don't know the answer to that, but what we're doing, we're having a public hearing on this particular place. If we find this not suitable, then they're going to have to go back to their next place. But what we have here today is a public hearing regarding this parcel and their request for a special use permit.
I understand that, and I just would like you to keep that in mind
Sure.
while making your decision.
Okay.
I don't know, I just think there's a better area to build this. I think a more commercial area would be more suited, someplace where there were not houses near this close to it. Obviously, it needs to be put somewhere. It just shouldn't be so close to these houses. It shouldn't be. So please listen to us residents in that area, and please support us.
Okay.
Thank you.
In fact, I'd like to rest assured that all the comments that we hear, we will take all of this into consideration, along with everything that Orange and Rockland has to say. And we're going to go through what they call the State Environmental Quality Review Act. They call it SEEKR, to dig out all the impact on the environment. We'll take all this information, and ultimately we'll make a decision. So it will not be taken lightly. It will take into consideration everything everybody has said. Okay? So So that, please rest assured that will occur. Anyone else that would like to speak? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Susan Ronda from 214 Cheechunk Road. Last time, I don't think we brought up the fact that my neighbor, the Strong Farm, their house is going to be 200 years old, and it is number 39 in the Historical Society, which the substation doesn't belong across the street from her house either. After the meeting, we went to the computer and we saw the map that we were not aware of at the meeting about the bioretention field. I looked up bioretention, and it obviously means that chemicals have to be filtered before going to the water, to the ground, where we get well water. Plus, the Cheechunk Canal runs into Wolf Hill River and Echo Lake and the wetlands. So I was kind of concerned about that, and I don't think Orange and Rockland gave us enough information on that.
Okay.
I don't think anything else new, except I did go by a few substations, and it was nice to see they were along highways and commercial district, and no residential houses were around that we saw. We took one picture and saw.
Sure. Okay. Well, thank you. Anyone else? Yes, sir.
Good evening, board, people. My name is Dan Ronga, 214 Cheechunk Road. That was my wife who just spoke. We have some more things that came up since the last meeting. I'd like to give you a paper that you guys can pass around, actually a few.
Thank you.
This top one is a actual foundation in Maryland that's fighting a substation, and they did their own study, and it shows that property values will decrease between 10 and 38%. As my wife spoke about, here's another handout for you guys. This is about the bioretention fields. Basically, bioretention field, it takes any kind of runoff, chemical runoff from the substation. It has to run to the retention field, and allegedly the retention field will filter out any chemicals, pollutants before it's either put into the ground or put into a storm sewer. But there are no storm basins near this O&R construction site, so it probably go right into the groundwater. So I'm just curious if O&R is going to test our water once a year just to make sure we're not drinking polluted water. I'll point out some other stuff.
By the way, sir, what we'll do is we'll put those two documents unless you need them back as part of the record.
No, that's great. You can take a copy. You can take it. The last time we had the meeting, O&R showed a picture. This is their basic view of the picture. It's the 35-mile-an-hour sign between us and our neighbors. And what really got to me is that O&R took every human aspect out of the pictures. They didn't show house location, street location, nothing. So this is their perception, and now you have our perception. Same sign, this is our house, our neighbor's house is up on the hill, and Gene Strong's house would be up here. So that kind of gives you the human perspective of what we're dealing with. This is an actual substation off McVeigh Road in Wawayanda. It's over 1,000 feet from any residential area. This is where the substation would be from our front door, so that kind of gives you a perspective. Here's some more stuff on the, if anyone wants to come here and read this, my wife made an extensive chart of what we're talking about. There's studies from the EPA, there's studies from OSHA. I'd also like to go over the fact that Donna Allen did a FOIL act, and she received a paper in the folder that basically says, from O&R's attorney, that he filed this July 19th of this year. No permits have been granted yet. No one on our road is even notified about this project. And the lawyer is already talking about he wants elbow room because in case O&R wants to expand. That's just preposterous. Here you go. You probably have it already, but
No.
here's another copy.
Okay.
And also, my wife went over the fact about explosions. Actually, Richard went over the fact about explosions. Here's I think it was November 4th of 2009. The Con Ed station in Yonkers, 5:30 in the morning, exploded.